Welcome back. You're a wealth of knowledge on this. I know you've spent a lot of years looking into these types of cases. How hard is it, though, to police in today's betting environment the things alleged here, injuries, lineups, things that the public might not be able to know?
Marni, they're policing it right now. It's called integrity monitoring. Since sports betting became legal and state regulated across the country, sports books, sports betting companies are working hand in hand with integrity monitoring firms like Genius Sports and others like that to flag these kinds of bets. They're very easy to flag in real time. What you see are an unusually high amount of betting on an individual player performance, and then the player doesn't achieve his benchmarks. That gets red flagged when there is a sort of a coalescence of the high wagering and the unusual activity surrounding the player performance. And it's all focused on player prop bets. This is not match fixing. This is not point shaving. It is bad enough, but it's focused on individual player performance that doesn't necessarily affect or alter the outcome of the game or the point spread, whether the team wins or loses. And these activities are being policed because we are in an environment where there are a lot of eyes, ears, and integrity monitors watching these types of bets. And it's easy to flag. 10 years ago, this would have been all relegated to the offshore market, to Costa Rican and Antiguan sports books, and we would never learn about it. This is one of the benefits of having a regulated sports wagering environment that provides full transparency, monitoring, and cooperation and information sharing, and this is exactly how it played out. The integrity monitor notified the sports books notified the leagues, the federal authorities eventually became involved. None of this happens without integrity monitoring and without licensed state-regulated sports gambling.
That said, if there's been that type of advancement, Daniel, in integrity monitoring, and we know about it, and the players know about it, if what is being alleged is true, why would they do it? I know that's a tough question to answer.
Well, everyone's financial circumstances are different. In the NBA, you're dealing with players that have seven-figure salaries, but you keep reading about players that may have financial problems. They don't manage their money wisely. Terry Rozier allegedly had an $8 million IRS lien placed on him. I think the bigger problems may lie in the individual sports, like the UFC. The UFC had a match-fixing allegation in a championship bout over the weekend. Their athletes aren't part of any union. They're not paid seven figures per bout, and they are definitely more susceptible than NBA players. In the NBA, you have roughly 500-600 players, and these are centered on individual player prop bets focused on two active players, one, Terry Rozier now, Jonte Porter a year ago, one assistant coach, one head coach. This was all flagged activity. And I think the solution here is, going forward, there are going to be tighter controls on what types of prop bets can be legally bet upon. Players are going to be watched more carefully, their associations. And this is all about inside information, tipping off friends, family members, gambling syndicates. There are tools in place to not only monitor the bets, but to educate the players and have tighter enforcement around these activities. I wouldn't characterize this as a league-wide scandal. It is focused on two or three bad actors who may have financial circumstances that we don't know about, but generally in the major U.S. professional team sports, basketball, hockey, football, with the highly compensated players making seven figures annually, this shouldn't be a systemic problem, but it may be episodically with respect to a couple of players who aren't on guaranteed contracts, players who are backup players. And I think that's where the focus should be going forward in tightening up or narrowing the types of prop bets that can be allowed. We shouldn't have betting on whether a backup center exceeds a certain number of rebounds or block shots in a game. Maybe there is going to be some monitoring or tightening around the edges of the types of prop bets that can be legally allowed. And I think it's manageable, and it is being managed as a result of regulated sports betting. This is evidence that the system of reporting and sharing and cooperation among different stakeholders is working effectively.
Real quickly, Daniel, how do these cases usually end? I mean, do they plead out? Do they come to some sort of agreement? Do they serve time? Is there any precedent to what we're seeing in this case?
Well, these are just allegations in a complaint. The players have denied any culpability whatsoever. They're entitled to their day in court. A jury has to convict them by proof beyond a reasonable doubt, and these players are dug in.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.